This day there came letters of the meeting of the clubmen at Cattle Hill in Somersetshire, who debated in council of these orders following. Orders debated on at the Rendezvous at Cattle Hill in the county of Somerset in the last of June 1645. 1. Whether it be necessary to make choice of 10 or 12 sufficient men, such as are well known to the country, to be discreet and honest in the business we meet about, that they endeavour with as much speed as may be to present the country's petition to the King and Parliament. 2. Whether or no it be not necessary for us which take up arms for the peace of the kingdom to make choice of men, which we perceive to be of the able sort of men amongst us, for judgment and valour, to be officers and commanders amongst us, as captains, etc. 3. If it be agreed upon to choose officers, whether such in the parishes as having once listed themselves must not be trained, and a penalty imposed, if upon summons of the commanders, with as much speed as may be, they repair not to their colours. 4. That such poor men as live by their daily labour, course be taken for a general rate to be made once a week by the chosen men of the parish, to pay them as have been generally employed, which is agreed upon by Dorsetshire order, 8 shillings per diem. 5. Whether such are as able and known to be rich in the place where they live, and do not yet, nor will not upon the next summons, profess themselves for us and join with us in this good work, which is questionless acceptable to God and all good men, whether they be not worthy to be counted ill affected to their country, and be liable to pay such poor men as spare their labour to do the service. 6. Whether it be not convenient for such men as are of ability to provide themselves with as much speed as may be, as many horse and arms for the service, to preserve themselves from violence, if any offer it. 7. That course be taken for the furnishing of each part of the county with ammunition. 8. Whether all such as prove themselves to be pressed men, and be forced upon this unnatural and cruel wars, whether they, forsaking their army or garrisons, and repair to their home, whether they may not, if they desire, be accepted. 9. If any henceforward take any breaking of house, robbing in the highway, or stealing cattle or horses from our ground, whether or no that we have paid for the peace of the kingdom, shall not give them such law as they deserve it, if the garrisons next adjacent the place where the offence is committed refuse to do it. 10. Whether it be not necessary for the country adjoining to the garrison of Bridgewater to demand the passage boat of carriage, and that the east and western parts may have commerce and trading together, and to pass either to other as the occasion of the country hall require, and so the like for Boroughbridge. 11. If any is active and taken more pains than ordinary to bring our honest purposes to pass, shall be violently impressed by soldiers of either side, to the loss of life or liberty, whether it be not necessary for the whole county or countries to bind themselves by oath each to the other, to strive together as one man, to avenge the abuse. For if this should not be, what man of estate or quality dare show himself for us? 12. Whether or no any gentleman of our country, which hath been or is known at this time to be active on either side, shall be accepted, if they offer themselves, or no, considering that if we admit of one side and not of the other, we shall prove partial. And if friends to one side, then enemies to the other, and then again, if we accept of both, there must needs shortly grow divisions among ourselves, for they which were of king's side will be drawing the people their way, and they that come from the Parliament side will endeavour the like for the Parliament. And so, for the wound of the kingdom may prove more deadly than ever, and our last rising made more uncurable. 13. That if any sufficient proof be made, of any officer or other person that stays with us or serves with us, or by any plots, stratagems, or other intelligence endeavour to betray the country's design, or any particular parts of this our association, that he presently suffer death. 14. Lastly, whether such articles as are now agreed upon us by this county for the good and peace of the kingdom ought not to be published in every parish church by the person or minister of the place, together with the 4 articles which Dorset and Wiltshire hath subscribed unto, and in any case any person or minister shall refuse to do it, that he be held as an enemy unto us, and the peace of the kingdom, and are to be proceeded against.